All right, guys, wanted to talk about what's going on with Walmart and Target. Most people have already seen today that Target is suspending sports cards and Pokemon starting this Friday, May 14th. And we've seen some images now of Walmart discussing about stopping their sales on June 4th. They Target's already said it's a temporary hold. Panini's already come out and said that, hey, we're not stopping to print retail, but I don't know. I'm assuming what Target's doing is trying to, eliminate the issues that they keep having with people doing dumb things. And this is definitely a scenario where one person ruins it for the group. That's exactly what's happening right now. It's been very civilized where I live with Target, and at Walmart for the most part. And at this point, it's just push come to shove. They don't want lawsuits. They don't want this even going on. This is bothersome to them, and it does hurt the people that are actually trying to get it. But I think this may make it worse in the short term versus the long term, unless they come up with a really solid solution for this. And I've already said that maybe they need to do some type of a random lottery or virtual lottery where you all get in the virtual. It doesn't matter if you're first or 30th or 50th. At the end of the day, you're going to get a random text that says, hey, it's your turn to get sports cards. Come in and get them. This hold's also going to allow them to compile more product at one time. So do they come out with a better limit and maybe release cards once every 2 weeks instead of once every week and allow people to have more? Does that create bigger lines, more lines? I don't really know what the true answer is, other than if they could ever get the online market not to be basically bought up by bots and create a multi-tier human authentication in order to purchase a product. So basically, one of the ideas I had was, you just move that stupid little puzzle piece over. I'm sure a computer can figure it out, but maybe you got to answer a question that kind of the answer's already there or something, and you have to type it in backwards. I don't know, something like that. But two tiers, basically, one at checkout and then a final one at payment. So there's two tiers, so there's two stop gaps. Also, make it to where you can only send stuff to the address on a credit card or debit card or your login, and you can only do it once every 24 hours. I think that would slow a lot of things down, especially if you're going to limit them to only purchase 3 of an item. At the end of the day, you could possibly even do it and make it tag that person's HTML or their IP location in order to stop them from being able to continually buy over and over. Obviously, there's ways around that with bots, but just limiting it, even if it was available for 10 minutes versus 10 seconds, would give a lot more people an opportunity to get a hold of it. We don't want Panini to sell it on their website. We already know that's going to be a Dutch auction for retail. Bad idea. We don't want it. They're trying to make all the money they can because they know probably by the end of this year there's going to be a really heavy dip in the hobby, especially retail-wise, because they're just printing a ton of it. At least with Topps, you can calculate how much they made based on odds on the back of a pack. Panini doesn't give you that true opportunity because they don't tell you how much their rare stuff is actually numbered to or printed, because at the end of the day they can just print it again and get away with it because people are going to buy it, because you see how much some of these cards sell for and everybody wants to be in that game, whether it's short term, mid term, long term. And I really don't know the benefit of what's going on this upcoming week at Target. It's going to push people to Meijer, Walmart, Walgreens, Big Lots, those places like that. So let me know if you have any ideas down there, how you feel about this. It's going to probably now get worse if you can find cards, because people are going to be very rude, they want it all, because just people are greedy. And if you're standing in line and you're first in line and the guy comes up, he's eighth, and you've been there for 4 hours, he's been there for one, it's not going to be an equal split, because the guy that was there first should get 2 to 3 of something. He shouldn't take it all. 100%, that's not the right way or right thing to do. You split it up, you divide it, conquer, and then you move along. But this is going to really, put a lot of pressure on the other places right now, and I think that's going to be very dangerous with how dangerous it's already been at a civilized, controlled type of a system with Target, because they only tried this new system at 6 AM for a couple weeks, and it didn't work out for them. So we're trying to figure out what their next step's going to be. I reached out to an individual I know that works at a Target. He heard about this too later in the day. He doesn't know what's going on in the future. They haven't given them any information other than just said, hey, we're not going to be handing out sports cards this week and the foreseeable future until we come up with a plan. Let me know if any of your targets pop on Friday. It'd be very interesting to see if people just, hey, we don't care, we're going to do it our way. There are those outliers out there, but it's not very often that you're going to see that, especially if this is coming hard from corporate to eliminate problems. But, one of the other items that, let's see here, fixing online, if they can ever do that, benefit. Creating some type of virtual lottery, going to drop every 2 weeks to where there's more product and you can get more as an individual, because I think one per person honestly is too little, because they're not even putting the old product that doesn't sell back out on the shelf. They're keeping it for the next week at Target, and that's not beneficial because that's not really cycling the stuff out. I think that hurts them because the majority of the people aren't going to buy that, but other people will, because they can get their hands on something. They don't have the ability to be there at 8 in the morning when it opens up and have the luxury of getting that, because people work. People have families, and you just can't do it. It's not fair to everybody, and I know it's not about being fair, even though that's honestly what Target's trying to do, is be fair. Walmart's getting ready to follow suit with this too. Do not be surprised if there's limits or they even retract it sooner than that. Don't blame the vendors for not putting stuff out. There's going to be things going on right now that we don't know about, and unless somebody got some type of inside angle, we're just going to have to live with it. So this might be a really hard pause on retail, but this is also going to make retail product that people do have honestly probably worth more, because you're not going to be able to get it anywhere. There's no Pokemon all of a sudden. There's no Select or Prism. Bowman's getting ready to come out of retail for baseball. That's a big drop. Select football just happened. These people that are small breakers that use retail to do their breaks, they're not going to have any product. They're going to have to go source it somewhere else. It's going to go up, especially if this lasts more than a week or two within Target and then rolling into Walmart, because Walmart's a few weeks behind Target supposedly with their stoppage of cards, if they're going to do it at all Walmarts. And if that's the case, you're going to have a hard dry spell on this stuff. So if you have sealed wax, just hold on to it for a minute, and you make a decision if you want to flip it straight up versus opening it. I don't know, guys. It's getting really weird in the hobby. Hobby boxes are so expensive. You turn to retail, and a lot of people are willing to pay the secondary retail market price, but now there's going to be another level to that for a little while. So be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid or crazy. Try and share the best you can. I know you're going to want as much as you can get for the most part, because you may not see it again for a long time. But be mindful of other people, and be mindful of those people that work at those places too. They don't want to have any part of this, and we're kind of just making a mess for them. All right, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you have any type of information out there that would help this, or Target or Walmart, if you're watching, reach out to me. Reach out to a bunch of us that do retail. I feel like you're not talking to us. You're just talking amongst yourselves, and you don't really know what goes on outside of that. You're just making assumptions. And we're here to help. At the end of the day, we all want to make this enjoyable. Try and stop the flippers as best we can. But you made the flip market possible, so well, not really you, but Panini and stuff with the rise in prices, and the way they do their Dutch auctions and their heightened prices for hobby. They've created this. They've created a second and third dairy market, and they don't care because they're making a bunch of money. But at the end of the day, it kind of stems from that. But all right, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Hopefully you watch this whole video. I'm getting ready to go out fishing, so I might have a fishing video coming up. I usually don't have a camera that really films well at night, but if not, maybe I'll throw a little something up there on what I did, how I did it, and what I ended up catching if I did well. All right, guys, take care.